Hey everyone, welcome to Two Girls One Let's Play of Fragments of Him. Here we are. There was a fragment of him.
Yeah,
right there.
Quite literally a fragment. Oh, that's a little better.
Okay, so... Oh!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Ah! So are we like a stalker?
I think so. Yes, we're a stalker. That's what it is.
Yeah, we're stalking somebody through their life.
We're a stalker ghost. Maybe we're a poltergeist. I love you. Have a good day. Bye, Harry. See you tonight. Say nothing. I love you, dude.
Have a good day.
I love you. Have a good day.
What am I doing?
Alright, close.
It's easy to forget to appreciate the small things. I think I've done that too much.
Oh, go over to the window.
See what's out there?
Because it's glowing.
Oh, this walk speed is horrible.
I need to take the time to look at what's right in front of me.
Oh, he keeps just... Okay. Well, let's see what else we can... Somebody else's house. This is our house.
Yep. Is that somebody? Is somebody's doors open? What is that?
Oh. I think maybe just somebody else.
That another hallway? That's another hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, he chose to take the stairs?
Yeah.
It's better to walk.
Okay.
Huh.
It gives me time to think.
Okay.
There's a whole future ahead.
Some riveting observations here.
I've got to think long term.
Maybe I should be walking faster to keep up with the pace of the thinking.
We'll never make it otherwise.
Is it him and his boyfriend who won't make it, or just us as, you know, when you talk, us as the human race?
Like yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell him how I feel.
Oh, you're gonna get married? Oh, that's what I get it. Okay. Now I understand what he's talking about.
Ah. Or maybe just like, I don't know. Like, I love you.
Oh,
Thinking
yeah.
long term.
But
That's
he just
usually
said, he just said I love you.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to get married. Like, oh, long term is like,
I don't
no!
want to lose what we've got to by not paying attention to it.
So maybe he's just trying not to, like, ooh, I don't want to overlook my boyfriend because then I'll be taking him for granted, then he'll leave. So then we'll get into a marriage contract and he can never leave. It's not really how it works, but...
Mari, you don't get someone to stay by telling them you love them. You get them to stay by the power of your genitals.
Some routines have meaning and purpose.
You get
Other
him
routines
addicted.
Yep.
are just how we fill our days.
It's the mystical power of addictive genitals.
Yeah.
That's what, it's how marriage works.
Yeah, you just make it so they can't live without you. Which is always such a weird thing that people say, like, I can't live without you. It's like, okay, that sounds, like, if you really think about it, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Whee!
We're going on a ride. So we're going into this mostly blind. We know it's about, like, a gay guy who wants to get married?
I know a few other things.
Oh, that's pretty much all I know. He's the gay guy who wants to get married. I think? No? Never mind. Don't tell me anything.
Okay. I don't know about the marriage thing, but I do know other things.
Oh. It just seems like he wants to get married. I know it's about a gay guy. That's all I know.
Like a gay couple?
Oh, a gay couple? Okay.
Yeah.
I should have paid more attention to the small stuff. Not locked on to avoiding everything that matters.
What? Okay. I'm really worried that he's about to get in a car crash and that's why he's saying all these things.
I've let myself lose track of what I want, after everything we've been through.
I'm just worried it's gonna be like, and then I died and I never got to do
I'll
any
tell
of
him
the
tonight.
things.
I'll
Tell him what?
tonight?
Is this like, it's either they want to get married or they want to break up. It's really...
No, I think that it's... I don't know.
I love that cafe. On warm evenings, sometimes I sit there with a glass of wine, waiting to catch Harry on his way back from work.
That's cute.
This is making me very tense.
Yeah, you think that they're gonna die, right? And they're gonna be a ghost and they're gonna come back like in the movie Ghost and they're gonna have to fight demons. And possessed will be Goldberg.
That would probably be better.
What if it...
Also, I think a little bit of the unease, not to sound weird, is because they're driving on the other side of the road.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
The
Yeah.
park is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm just so worried that the car's about to like slam into us and it's gonna cut to a hospital scene or something. Oh, that's a pretty sky. I like how well they incorporated the sky into a mostly... I don't think monochrome is the right word, but...
Tonal, I guess? Because it's just a few
I'm happy
tones.
with him.
I don't know.
I have to be sure he knows that.
Okay, so they want to get married.
Yeah? I guess that's what the... Oh.
Damn it! Oh,
Yeah, that I already knew that was gonna happen.
oh, I didn't know that. I was just sitting there like, he keeps talking about the future. Obviously something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh. Am I a ghost? Am I a creepy ghost?
I don't know.
Patterns. Every day that alarm goes off. I should change the tone on it. Though, Harry always sleeps through it, so that's something.
Is that a good thing? Ugh.
Is optimized living. Like they allow me time to focus on other things. But I've not been doing that.
I'm still confused as to what's going on.
As to who is who?
No. I'm just like, where is this going? Like, is this before or after the accident or?
So I just know that there's an accident, but I would assume that somebody died.
Oh.
I would assume that the partner died, and now we're going like through all of the motions of remembering them.
But we were in the car accident.
Yeah.
Why have I just passed by this for so long? It's beautiful.
I can't tell which of us is who. Like, is that like fragmented person? Is that our partner, or are we the one in the bed?
Well, he said he always sleeps through it, so that's what that is.
So we're following ourselves around then?
I
That
don't
seems
know.
weird.
This feels like a Sixth Sense kind of thing, where like something bad happens in the beginning, and it's like, I see ghosts and you're a ghost kind of thing.
Oh, like we're a ghost and we died?
Yeah, and we're like haunting our ex or something. You know, that's just what it feels like.
They were technically together, so it's not really I mean...
No, but like, you know, and then like the ex never really acknowledges it, and then there's like a twist or something.
Harry likes me in this t-shirt.
Because you see how
So I guess it
he
is-
like kind of disappears and like interacts with things in a really weird way, so it makes me think like he's a ghost or something.
so we're dead.
Yeah, but we don't know we're dead or something, maybe?
I don't know.
Great stories trapped in a moment. They're brilliant, but maybe I should add some new ones.
Oh, he's a writer? Okay.
Who's... Okay.
These daily things, they're good, but weigh us down too. I've got to a good place in life, but I feel like I'm not taking it further.
I love how they're talking about, like, the melancholy of daily life, and it's just like, oh, the drudgery of daily existence, everything sucks. But I love this person.
That's
Yay.
kind of cute.
Yay.
Like,
I usually go to the bathroom first, but I could live dangerously. Maybe I should have breakfast first today. Living on the edge.
oh, I have to pee while I make breakfast.
That sounds
Changing
awful.
the routine. I'm so rock and roll.
You guys have a really nice apartment. Shit. Oh, okay.
You gotta make tea first,
Tea.
right?
Of course, because we're in England.
A man takes the lead, Grandma would tell me. I guess I need to step up to the line. I've got a great thing here.
So is he still debating on if he's gonna ask his boyfriend to marry him? Or...
I thought we were dead.
I don't think she meant this, but she's right. I should take the lead. I should ask Harry to marry me. I want to be his husband.
I'm really worried that he's a ghost. And he's gonna be like, will you marry me? I'm a ghost.
I think maybe Grandma would be okay with it these days. Then again, maybe she wouldn't.
Okay, is that grandma?
I
or
feel
is
like
that...
But I feel... Oh.
like...
Oh my god, like she's ashes?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Wait, what are you feeling?
No, I just...
It's not...
I think the implication is that we're dead.
I think
Of
so
course,
too.
as Will's grandmother, I knew him since he was born. I visited him in hospital on that first day.
Oh.
I still remember the day that James, that's Will's father, handed my grandson to me. He was such a handsome boy from that first moment. Back in the 1980s, James was running 3 pubs in London. He was quite into that punk thing and looked a terrible state to me. I would babysit Will as often as I could to make sure he had someone normal in his life.
Okay, grandma. Whatever.
Yeah, because grandparents... Well, my grandparents babysat me a lot when I was little.
Yeah, but she's being judgmental about it.
Yeah.
That plant was about all Will saw of the outside when he was young.
Why?
He preferred to make up stories rather than play
Oh,
out.
okay.
I know. Didn't that make you think that they, like, chained him to a radiator or
Yeah,
something?
that sounds like that's all he saw of the outside because we locked him inside to keep him away from the scary things.
To keep him away from those
The
punks.
magazines that Sharon read were full of paintings. I'm not sure they were very suitable for a young boy to be around, but I don't like to judge.
Oh, okay. You're one of those ladies.
Not very suitable.
Well, they'll say something super judgmental and then say, but I don't like to judge.
Yeah.
That's me when I'm 40, though.
It's kind of like when people, like, gossip and shit, and then they're like, oh, but I don't like drama. Drama just finds me. And it's like, no, you make the drama. That's what you're
I
doing.
admit to myself that I love following drama. I love watching it.
Yeah.
I also love it when sometimes really bad trolls try to troll me and I'm just like so excited.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I love it because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this guy so mad.
But I think there's a difference between, like, following it and creating it and participating in it.
But
you do both.
Hey, what's up? Hey, you know what? It makes me feel like maybe if I'm like honest with myself, I won't be one of those people who causes like actual problems with people.
Yes.
I don't like causing actual problems. I just like fucking with people.
Will's birth wasn't very easy, but he got here. He was never going to have brothers or sisters after, though.
Oh, man, he just like... Does that mean his mom died, or that he just completely demolished her vagina?
He just ruined the uterus.
Just like clawed it on his way out.
Sometimes, on a more serious... It's a funny joke, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. On a more serious
Here
note,
we go.
sometimes there are complications where, like, you know, they have to do a hysterectomy, or there's, like, severe scarring, or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm letting the audience know.
Oh.
Mari, I know. I've read all of the horror.
I know that.
Letting the audience
I thought
know.
it'd be funnier to make a point about a demon child than to actually be like, well, actually...
Well, you know, not everybody watching this has a uterus.
Yeah.
So...
Sharon, Will's mother, met my James when he was working in London. She's American. They broke up for 3 years, and she took Will to America with her.
I don't think somebody has to have a uterus to, like, learn about pregnancy, though. That's something that, like...
Everybody should know.
Everybody should know, because if you're in, like, a relationship where your partner may become pregnant, like, you should learn about it, too. It's not, like, entirely on your partner.
You should strap them to a chair and say, if you want me to get pregnant, you have to watch this.
Oh, God. Yeah. The
With their
miracle
eyes
of life.
Like in the movie Clockwork Orange, where they pry his eyes open and have him strapped to the chair and put eye drops in his eyes every once in a while so he can't look away. That's what we should do to your husband.
And just make him watch birthing videos.
This is what you're asking me to do.
Yeah.
There was always music playing when I got to the house. Some awful racket. Not the sort of thing a child should be hearing. I always turned it off.
You know, my sister, a lot of her friends are pregnant, and they were all being like, it's so amazing, blah, blah, blah. And she went,
whatever.
She said, you're lying to me. And they're like, no, we're not lying. It's amazing. You should get pregnant too. And she's like, no, I know that you're lying to me. It's awful. Look at yourself. She's not one of those people who'd be like, yeah, you look great. She's like, no, look at yourself. And then one of her friends was like, you're right. I hate it.
Yeah.
Because it's all just a lie. So if you're pregnant and you feel like shit and everyone's like, no, it's amazing. Don't worry.
They're liars.
They're all lying to you. Because they have Stockholm Syndrome to their baby. Okay? It's okay.
James loved such peculiar books. All those horror things. That one about the rats. Dreadful things, really. I don't know what he saw in them. I loved Will. I always just wanted him to have the best possible start and to be successful. I suppose I sound awful, saying his parents were doing everything wrong.
You know, I think there are some people that don't mind being pregnant, but I definitely agree with you that we kind of, like, society perpetuates this myth that it's, like, this amazing time, you know?
There's a reason why a lot of horror movies revolve around pregnancy themes.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
If even, like, horror movies that try to scare men, or, cis men, like Alien, they had the forced impregnation of the cis male character.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be terrifying, because having something grow inside of you, and the only way to get it out is for it to explode out, is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to come out some way or another, and you're stuck there.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
And you know those movies where they're like, I can see the creature moving underneath your skin?
You can actually see it!
That's literally what babies do. That's literally what babies do. So when you see a horror movie, and they're like, I can see it moving underneath your skin, that comes from some guy looking at their wife's...
And you can see, like, a hand pressed against the belly.
Like, you can see it fucking move.
Yeah.
Like, late in pregnancy, you can see the baby move from one side of the stomach to the other, and it's disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. Pregnancy's, you know, you're making a thing. You know, that's cool. Pregnancy's cool. I'm just not, like... I just don't want anybody sitting there. I'm sure there's some lady sitting there like, finally somebody's just, like, being honest with me. Like...
Oh, God.
I remember an evening where Will was quieter than usual. At first I thought he was ill. He'd got into a fight at school. It started because a boy had been picking on a girl, calling her names because of her dark skin.
Oh God, where is this gonna go?
Will had tried to stop the other boy, but he had been punched in the stomach.
We got Judgy McJudgy Grandma over here.
I asked him if he had cried, and he said yes.
Oh my God, I do not want to hear what she
I
is.
told him that big boys don't cry. I remember him asking me then, what do big boys do when they're sad? When he was grown up, I told him he would be a good man. He would be able to stand up to others. He had done the right thing, I told him, even though it hurt him that time.
Did you make those when you were a kid?
No.
Oh.
I played with Mousetrap and then never read the instructions and just made the trap.
No, we used to make these like gigantic, like, so that's like a really small one, but we used to make huge ones where you put all the pieces together and then you put the marble through it and it like goes all over the place.
Oh, by the way, the grandma is teaching toxic masculinity, Grandma. Toxic. It's okay for boys to cry.
Looking back, I don't think he seemed very comforted.
Gee, I wonder why.
Probably because you told him it wasn't okay to have emotions? Maybe. Who knows? Nope. That's the boundary.
Are we like, we're crawling around on the floor now?
Apparently.
Oh, there it
here
is.
we go.
Will tripped on a toy when he was going to bed. I remember carrying him. He was trying so hard not to cry.
Maybe the door?
Ah.
He was so small in my arms. I've never forgotten that feeling.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I think there's a button where you can move faster, but I don't know what it is on
It's
the
funny
controller.
the things that you
figured it out.
remember. A mix of small things, making up a lifetime.
The door.
I took him to bed to read him a story. Sharon kept on buying him books of ghost stories. He always wanted me to read him those, but he never slept properly after, I think. I had to check the room for ghosts before he would sleep.
Well, rightfully so. You know, why do parents tell their kids so many stories about, like, monsters and shit if they know they're gonna give their kids nightmares?
People used to do that to get kids to behave.
I always looked carefully to reassure him.
And now we just still do it?
We do? I don't know. Do we?
Well, I mean, if you know, I don't know if you were growing up and you were, like, scared of monsters and shit.
I was scared of monsters just
Or
because.
ghosts
My
or
parents
whatever.
didn't tell me scary stories about them, though.
I know, but, like, where do we get the idea? Where do we first get the idea to be scared of monsters? Like, where does that come from?
Oh, it's a... Okay,
Is
I know the
is
answer.
it a tangent?
It's a long answer, but basically your brain trying to make sense of things that don't make sense, and also children have an instinct to be afraid of things because, you know how like
Because they're vulnerable?
yeah, so they're just like be scared of shit, you know.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when I was little, my mom got me this little scroll written by like Buddhist priests or something, and put it in a thingy. And it's just like a thingy, like a little Buddhist thingy, and she gave them to my sister and I, and she goes, "This is going to keep the evil spirits away." And we were like, "What evil spirits?" And my mom was like, "Nothing. No,
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's not." I guess she just didn't realize that we weren't already afraid of them.
I remember promising him, while I looked, that I would always protect him. I would always be there for him. I'm sure he thought I just meant about ghosts, but I meant it for everything. I always remember that feeling. I wonder if I knew his life wouldn't be easy.
I can still remember one of the first nightmares I ever had. I remember, like, nothing else, like, not a lot of things from my childhood, except, like, times when I accidentally hurt myself and nightmares.
Do you want to talk about the nightmare?
There's not really much to talk about, but it was like a really twisted version of like Winnie the Pooh. It was like,
I used to have very disturbing dreams about like regular things too.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of things were chasing after me, and then I like fell on the playground. It was very strange, but I woke up like screaming, and I had like fallen onto the floor. My parents came in and were like, "What is going on?" And I like wouldn't talk to them about it.
Yeah, I used to have like weird dreams about that. I wasn't something. Oh God. Oh.
Yeah, I was like 5 years old.
I just remembered. Remember that movie about that robot?
Which one?
It was just some movie about a robot that was like a good robot.
Oh yeah, and he makes friends with the kid, right? And he flies.
I don't know, man. I don't
robot.
want to think about it because that dream messed me up so bad. I never wanted to watch that movie ever again. I just remember like the two bad guys, and it was like very disturbing because the robot was bleeding human blood, and like the two guys whatever were like turning into like lizard people. I don't know. It's making me feel weird.
It's right though. It's like they don't make sense, and if you like, you know what I mean.
Because dreams are you processing fears that you have during the day, and then it gets projected onto something completely random, so then you're like, what? Why?
It's like if you tell somebody else, it might not seem scary, but it's like terrifying in the moment.
Yeah.
I was reading Grimm's fairy tales to him. I liked those much more than the new versions that they kept on coming out with back then.
My grandparents used to read me Grimm's fairy tales, all the really like dark and scary ones.
And they all have terrible...
Yeah, where everybody gets eaten and dies, and then they're like, and that's the end! Everybody gets butchered.
But you know what's interesting about fairy tales is that they represent the values of the times of that time.
Yes.
So at the time, everybody did die for being stupid. Yeah. Because in those ones, the person who usually lives is the person who's taking advantage of a stupid person. Yeah. And it's like, and then that smart guy who tricked everyone gets to live, and everyone else got totally fucked. And you're like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, they were also supposed to, like, teach lessons, you know, to essentially, like, not do stupid shit.
Yeah, because back then you didn't want to get tricked or, like...
Yeah, not trust strangers, stuff like that.
Yeah, but nowadays it's, like, that's less of a problem. Still a problem. Yeah. But it's, like, more important to, like, be nice to people. Yeah. And not kill people.
It was a strange story that night, called The Ungrateful Son.
Okay.
Man, it went something like this.
Uh-oh.
It's like one line at a time, this whole story.
Once upon a time, a man and his wife were eating a roast chicken for dinner.
Whoa. This is interesting.
When the man saw his father, a very old man, walking along the road towards them, the man didn't want to share his chicken, so he hid it out of sight. His father came, bid them a good day, and went on his way.
You can't smell the chicken? You'd smell the chicken.
It's a fairy tale. A lot of things don't make sense.
The man was happy with himself and told his wife to get the chicken and put it on the table again.
And then the crow ate it. Ah.
Oh, God.
But the chicken had transformed into a giant toad, which
Oh.
leapt onto the face of the man.
Oh. Well,
The toad would never leave, and when his wife wanted to help, she was so afraid of it that she dared not go near. The man had to feed the toad every day from then on, or it would bite his face, and he never rested for the remainder of his life.
Okay.
That was a very strange story.
And of course, you remember it for a particular reason that relates to you.
Will was asleep before I finished it, which was probably a good thing. I felt strange after reading it. I wondered about whether I really could keep him safe. The world is so unpredictable. I would do my best like all good grandmothers. I could still see him sleeping there now, like it was only yesterday. I never thought it would be easy, but I had raised James, so I thought I would be ready for anything from my grandson Will. The world changes so quickly. I remember the family visiting me when Will was a teenager. There's a song by Al Martino, Here in My Heart. That was playing when Robert first kissed me. I listen to it when I'm alone sometimes. We've family over in New Zealand. I went to visit them after James had grown up. We still write letters to each other at Christmas, you know. It's important to stay in touch with your family, even when we're so spread out. I like to go to the seaside at Brighton. They sell these glass animals there, handmade. I started collecting them years ago, and I still get a new one every time I visit.
It's just a grandma thing.
I know. You know, it's important to stay in touch with your family unless they're super toxic and then you don't owe them shit.
Yeah, it's okay to... It's hard to, but it's okay.
My husband Robert was a writer, like Will. I think they would have loved talking. Maybe Will's interest would have inspired Robert to push a bit harder in his work. We were all waiting back then for Diana to divorce Charles. It had been such a scandal after that television interview that she did.
Of course she's one of those.
Yeah.
People seem to believe that all us old folk want to talk about is the weather, so I started the conversation.
I think it's sad. She was bullied into all of this from the beginning.
I could have handled the rest of the conversation better. I lost my temper a bit.
Wait, about Princess Diana?
I think he's about to come out to her.
Oh.
Sharon sat there, not saying anything, which was worse than her joining in. But I could imagine her American take on the whole thing. James wasn't much help. He's always held liberal views on things.
Her American take.
I wish I'd never even started the conversation. They didn't want to hear my opinion. "Excuse me, I'm going to make some tea," I said. No one offered to help.
What do you do to
Okay.
help? Exactly. With boiling water.
It's one of those things.
Ah.
I'm doing it all by myself. All right.
Yeah, you
I
pee
feel
all
like,
by yourself too.
I feel like they're adding a lot of just things to do for stuff.
I didn't really want tea. I don't think they wanted it either. But I needed to do something. I know it seems like a small thing, but maybe it was the first time that I felt apart from Will. James and Sharon were both adults, but Will... There wasn't any choice in my day, but it gave me a quiet life. That was good enough.
What? What is she
What?
talking
Choice
about?
about
It's
what?
not good to stick out like a sore thumb. You have to fit in.
Oh, what? I still...
Like where you just, it's like where people didn't have the option to be out, really, because the pressure was more...
Wait, is she saying it gave me a quiet life, so is she saying that she was gay too and she just didn't say anything?
I don't know. That's like...
You know what I mean?
It sounds like that's what she's trying to say, but I don't think that that's actually... You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she was like, I didn't have that option when I was young, and it gave me a quiet life. Is she saying like,
I don't know.
well, it didn't cause me problems, so...
I don't know if she meant like specifically being gay, or if she just meant like I didn't have the option to like do what I really wanted. Whether it's gay.
These days it's easier to be different, to forge your own path or something like that, and everyone else be damned.
Yeah. So I don't think she's like specifically saying that she was gay and didn't recognize her own feelings. I think she's just saying like, hey, like I wanted to do different things too when I was your age, but I didn't because...
So now you're not allowed to either.
Yeah. That's
I didn't have a happy life, so fuck you.
That's how some people think.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared for him. He had all these views about things, and it was dangerous. Will was only at the start of his life, but those years are so important. I wanted him to keep his head down, not start arguments.
Yeah, she's like trying to, fit him into like a very specific little mold that she thinks is...
In the context of the way she grew up, it might be... It doesn't sound like she hates him. I think it sounds like she's afraid that the things she saw when she grew up is going to happen to him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying that she probably is worried that things haven't changed as much as she hopes it has. Yes. And she's worried that he's going to be discriminated against. But still not okay. I mean, putting it out there.
I think it's definitely fair to look at people's actions and see them in the context of the way that they have viewed the world and the things that they've been through, Yeah.
So like, she might have seen people when she growing up that it might have been a terrible experience.
I mean, there's still like
today
there's still like hate crimes against gay people, so I don't know,
Yeah, so
I stood there waiting for the tea to brew, and I found myself crying, standing in the kitchen like a silly old what's-it. He was going to go off with views like that and get in trouble, and I couldn't do a thing.
What's a what's-it?
What did she say?
She said a what's-it. W-O-T-S-I-T.
Oh, it's just like a saying thingy.
Like a silly old thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like a saying thingy.
Oh.
I knew something had been broken that day between Will and I.
So I'm not saying what she did is okay. I'm saying she's just worried.
I took a deep breath and pulled myself together. It simply doesn't do to let others see you get upset.
Well, I think there's also some people have the attitude of like...
Well, you hear what she just said, though?
You have to put on a good face.
Yeah, she's like... Older generations, some think that it's like not okay for anybody to be like...
Open about their feelings?
Yeah.
With anything?
Which is a part of the reason
Robert passed away soon after Will was born. I've lived alone since then. It felt tolerable being by myself until that new distance It's a terrible thing to feel detached from your own family.
This is a big table for someone who lives by themselves.
Well, I'm sure that's some, like, she would invite everybody over for dinner on Sunday or something. Does she really need to feel detached? You know?
My generation has different values. Oh, goodness,
shit.
I know that. But I very much believe that they are good.
Okay. I see where you're coming from now, Grandma. No, I'm just worried about him. You almost had me convinced.
Yeah.
Almost. But you tricked me. See, it's a big table because she's inviting everyone for Christmas.
I wasn't prepared to accept that Will wasn't going to talk to me anymore.
You know, it's,
what?
Okay, hold on. So we're seeing this from her perspective. She probably said a whole bunch of bullshit to him.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, I was just worried. Meanwhile, like, the conversation that's actually coming out of her mouth sounds like a whole bunch of homophobic assholery.
Exactly. As soon as we got to the first scene, I was like, oh, maybe she said, like, some shitty things. And then she said, he won't talk to me anymore. I was like,
yeah. He won't talk
okay.
To me. So
right. Okay, I see how it is.
Clearly you said something.
But you know what? I appreciate that the person took the time
to flesh out her side.
Yeah, because it shows that people, even when they think that they're not the bad guy,
yes,
they are the bad guy. Like they
can still be the bad guy.
They can still be the bad guy, or like when somebody thinks that they're not homophobic, it's like, I don't have anything against the gays, but blah 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 blah. They'll say the gays.
Yeah, the gays.
I don't have anything against the gays, but then they'll say a whole bunch of like really terrible things.
Yeah.
And they have no idea that they're saying horrible, mean things. So I like that I was able to hear her point of view without her damning herself, because that was just an interesting way of...
Well, I think it's a more subtle way of saying, hey, even if you're coming from a place of like, oh, I'm worried about you, you can still say some really awful, hurtful shit.
Yeah.
Under that umbrella.
Even if you don't even know that you're being awful. So, I think that was a really good way to display it. No? Yes?
I think so.
His views... I felt he was putting his future at risk.
I'm starting to wonder what the fuck she said.
Future, meaning like...
What do you...
Well, because you know some people, they go off on that whole like, but what about grandbabies?
Yeah.
Which is a bunch of bullshit.
I can't believe I believed this bitch. Well, I was like, oh no, she like grew up in a time where she witnessed horrible homophobic acts. No, this bitch is just a bitch. She lied to me.
All these free ideas about people choosing their own way to live.
Okay.
He would understand later. But how much later?
What is she talking about?
What damage might he do to his life before he saw that you need to fit in to get along?
Grandma, goodbye. Thanks.
It's a lot of work making a house look welcoming. But it was good to be busy.
Oh, there was like this study, I don't even remember, but it was like a lot of families are being more accepting of like homosexuality and stuff.
Yeah.
But now they're getting way more pressure to get married now that gay marriage is legal.
Oh my god.
So now it's like, so it's legal now, are you gonna get married? Like,
yeah.
Same shit, like,
welcome to, yeah.
So it's legal now, so are you and Johnny gonna adopt a baby? Because I still want to be a grandma. Like...
I fucking hate that. I really do. I fucking hate it.
I was nervous about that Christmas. We hadn't been close for a while.
Maybe Grandma will change her mind and just start bugging the shit out of them.
For grandbabies!
For grandbabies! And they'll be like, Grandma, just be...
No! God damn it!
God damn it, Grandma!
Why did they pass that law?
Just kidding, that's a joke.
That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah. Oh.
I kept in touch with a lot of friends.
I'm worried she's gonna.
We
slip
didn't
and
have email,
fall.
of course, but
Well,
even now they just aren't as good as a real letter.
Are they Jewish?
I remember a Christmas after Will had gone to university, but we were all coming back together for the holiday.
7. Oh no, that's 7, not 8. Okay.
I think isn't it 8 and then the center candle?
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
the center candle's the one
that's
you used to
why
light all of them.
I counted it, and I was like, wait, hold on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just, I think that's just like holiday.
Yeah.
Well, they have a Christmas tree too. Maybe they just.
Well, sometimes the school I went to for high school was like mostly Jewish, so I would go over to people's houses and they would have a Christmas tree and Hanukkah stuff.
Yeah,
I was very confused for a long time.
No, I think that that's more common than you would think for people to have multiple decorations. You know, I'm not saying everybody does it, but I'm saying like I've definitely known a lot of people that do that.
I'm like worried that Grandma's gonna fall down and then she dies and then
Hey, she's
and
being
then
a complete
and
bitch.
then
Why are you worried?
he's like, oh no, like she never accepted me because she's dead.
Fuck that bitch, right? Am I right?
Right.
Moral
Like
of,
that one
moral of the
song-
story.
Like that one song by that guy who says, you can choose your family, you can choose your friends. You can. If you don't.
I'd been told that Will was going to bring a girlfriend, Sarah. It
What?
was important to make a good impression.
Wait a second, what?
Maybe he's just bringing a friend to placate her. That's like horrible, by the way.
That
You
would
shouldn't
be
have to
very
do that.
stressful to do.
Yeah.
Because then she's gonna just start thinking all these expectations and she's gonna be rude.
Or maybe she heard girlfriend, but it's really friend that's a girl.
Or maybe he said boyfriend and she just erased it from her mind and just replaced it with her own reality.
She got so drunk that she doesn't even. She's like, oh, girlfriend, okay.
But you never know, like, how you'll say something to like, someone and they'll be like, oh, right, girlfriend. No, boyfriend, Grandma, your girlfriend. No, Grandma.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have a. Oh.
What?
My family arrived just as the Christmas lunch was ready. It was perfect timing. Sarah was lovely, of course. She was a bit shy back then, I think.
Oh no.
We talked about her university courses. She really had no reason to be nervous.
Wait, no. Is he like. No. Is he dating somebody because he just can't, like, be himself?
I'm a little confused. I mean, he already came out to his grandma, right?
But I'm saying, like, there are plenty of people that, you know, even though they're gay, they end up dating a member of the opposite
Well, let's
sex.
just take solace in knowing that he is going to be marrying a man later, so it's okay.
No, that guy dies. Somebody dies.
Somebody dies. Just let me be in denial for a while. Thanks.